This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. What I want to talk to you guys about is sometimes we deal with homes that are a bigger challenge than others. Have you had experiences where you had to you need to sell a home for a client and it's been more of a challenge? So let's talk about one of the stories. Maybe you had I understand you had a seller who couldn't live in his home for 2 years. Is that right? What's that all about?
It was the son of a friend, and he'd had a tragic time in that home. Hadn't been able to occupy the home himself for 2 years, although he did go by on a daily basis and feed his long-haired cat that was the only occupant of the home for 2 years.
Yes, that is a true fact.
You can't imagine the smell in that home when we went in there, and he didn't want to go in there. So
wow.
I wanted to give him a couple of choices.
Okay.
In the neighborhood that he was in, which was a pretty decent neighborhood, I said, I can sell this house for you as is in 7 days for $150,000. And he said, well, I thought it was worth a little more. And I said, it definitely is worth a little more, but you're going to have to put about $10,000 into it. And I think I can sell this house in 30 days, including the construction and everything that we're going to have to do here, for about $225,000.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And that made such a big difference. And luckily, he had the money to be able to invest. So I brought him the list of contractors that we use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. These people are licensed and vetted. They're the best contractors in town.
And we have leverage with them.
And we have a little leverage. They
right.
definitely like our business.
Right.
So I sent them over. We made some deals. He paid all the bills, and within 30 days we had the work completely done. We put it on the market at $225, and we sold it for $232.
Outstanding. You had another story where the seller had to deal with someone who passed away. Is that right?
Yes, and that really actually was a much happier story. The person that passed away was a friend of mine from high school. We played baseball together, and he was a great guy. And he passed away recently of cancer. And his children, one lives on the East Coast, one lives on the West Coast, and they're adult children.
Right.
They flew in and took what they wanted and said, "Gee, John, what can you do?"
Right.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I can do everything if you want to." And I said, if you want me to sell it as is, we'll put it on the market for about $350,000. Or if you want to put, I said, about $5,000 in it. I said 3 to 5. We could probably sell it for $495.
Oh my goodness! Again,
huge difference.
Huge difference.
And I said, and if you want to put $10,000 into it, we could probably sell it for $550, because the neighborhood that it was in was a $500,000 neighborhood.
Right.
And they said, well, we don't mind. And I said, do you mind waiting? It'll take time.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we don't mind waiting, and we're good with spending $3,000 to $5,000.
Excellent.
So I gave them that option. I started contacting the pool people, the yard people, the painting people. I did everything I could for under $5,000, and we put it on the market at $490, and actually sold it for $495.
Excellent.
The children, got what they wanted, but here you have an entire home, over 3,000 square feet, full of belongings. What do you do with all of it? It's overwhelming to them.
It is.
And so we hired he hired a company for an estate sale.
Right.
They ran the estate sale for 3 days. Everything pretty much paid for a lot of things that they hadn't even anticipated.
Yeah. That's great, because that's the last thing you want to be dealing with sometimes is all that stuff.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening, and remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDAWN.